Hello and welcome. We come to planet Earth having spiritual amnesia, forgetting who we are and where we come from. But everything is planned prior to our incarnation, most especially our spiritual awakening. Our awakening is a process of self-discovery and self-awareness when we start awakening to the fact that we are so much more than just our body and our minds. We begin awakening to the fact that we are pure consciousness. We awaken to our beingness, to our soul. Usually in the beginning stages of the spiritual awakening, we will have an experience of some kind that triggers or catapults us into the awakening process. Doesn't always happen that way, but for most people, there is something that happens in their life that triggers their awakening. This experience tends to be something that's very painful and oftentimes traumatic, and it can be very profound. It could be the loss of a job, the loss of a romantic relationship, the loss of a friendship or a house, a death in the family, a death of a friend, a serious illness, or if you are in a twin flame connection, you may experience your trigger is your first separation from your twin when they start to pull away from you due to the shared energetic field, and that throws you into your awakening. So, one of the first signs or the beginning stages of a spiritual awakening is when we have an ego death. Another term for this is the dark night of the soul. The ego death is a very painful experience, but it's also very necessary for this process. The ego death is when we go through a feeling of being completely disconnected from everything and everyone, and we feel this sense of emptiness or loss, as if nothing really seems to matter anymore, or the things that would normally bring you enjoyment in your life, they just don't anymore. Often we will cry a lot during this experience. We may lose sleep. We may have difficulty eating, or we may do the opposite and overeat and oversleep. It will often feel during this time like you are going crazy, but I can assure you, you are not. This is all very normal. It can be a very dark time, and you may feel very disconnected from everyone around you, and you may feel disconnected from God. Now, an ego death is painful because the ego is dying, and death is painful. The ego is being weakened, and it doesn't like that. The ego death begins to start to strip away the layers of illusions and conditioning of the egoic mind that we have been building up layers upon layers of over our entire life. During this period of time, which can last anywhere from several weeks to several months, you may experience a feeling of great loss, despair, sadness, confusion, and you may require much solitude. It may seem as though nothing makes sense anymore in your life, and you may feel as though your life is falling apart. You can even experience actual physical aches and pains. It may feel like everything is just so raw. And again, this is all completely normal. In fact, the physical body during this time is actually removing trapped energy, which is also known as density. And this is emotions that we have suppressed in our body for a very long time. So please give yourself time, patience, grace, and love as you are emotionally and physically purging this stored and trapped energy. Just allow it to be, release, let it go without any attachment. Remember, guys, this is a process and it truly serves a higher purpose. You need to remind yourself of this as much as possible. You are releasing layers of the egoic mind. Essentially, the identity of who you have believed you were your whole life. And this is happening in order to be awakened to your true self. It's also a time of great, deep inner reflection. It's a time to go within yourself, align with your soul, and ask yourself some very difficult questions. Like, what areas of your life are not in alignment with your soul? Consider your family life, your career, relationships, friendships. Your spiritual awakening is a transformation. You are transitioning from a very limited false sense of self, of the egoic mind, and all of the conditioning and false beliefs and thoughts. You are releasing them because they no longer serve you. And you are stepping into your true self, which is the unlimited, the expansive, the eternal soul. You are pure consciousness. You are an energetic being. The only way that you can process this transformation is to fully allow yourself to experience all of it. Don't resist it. Don't run from it, and don't judge it. Trust and surrender. Let yourself feel all the emotions and feelings without attachment, and be the observer of the experience without judgment as much as you can. Your spiritual awakening is happening for you and by you because your higher self, your soul, is guiding you and guiding the entire process. Stay grounded and go in nature as much as you can. Take walks, meditate every day, do deep breathing exercises, and get as much rest as you can. You need to take care of yourself during this process. Reach out to others if you need to who have also gone through the awakening process. I'm sending you love. Thank you for being here, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.